Please don't ever leave me.
Thank you so much. So today's a Sunday. I didn't film or vlog yesterday because it was a very lazy day and I didn't have much to put out here. Today has been more productive. I'm very happy about that, and this is the part where I give a bit more context and just, yeah, let's talk. What has been happening? Why am I making this video? Like, kwenzeka ntoni? What's going on? What's cooking oil? You know?
Kwenzeka ntoni? What's going on? What's cooking oil?
For those of you who don't know me, it's your first time on this channel. My name is Gamu and I am a final year medical student in South Africa. It's crazy to say that out loud. I don't think I've registered it yet, but baby, we are literally almost a quarter, like we're almost 25% into this academic year. Well, let me not say we, but I'm 25% into this year and I can register, but this is my last year as a medical student. I think we can all imagine how much stress there is, how much pressure there is at the moment. Kuningi and Giwan. I'll just give you guys a bit of background as to how the year is set up, and then I'll explain my situation and yeah, kind of why I made this vlog, I guess. And then hopefully in future videos we're gonna see progress, we're gonna see better coping skills, and we're gonna flourish. Okay, it's gonna be a good year, even though the start is a bit shaky. The year is divided into two, or rather the class is divided into two groups. Half of the class is currently doing their surgical rotations, and there's 6 of them. And then in June, after exams, we have a week break, and then we're gonna have the medical rotations in the latter half of the year. So I don't know if I'm making sense. Half of the class is currently doing surgery while the other half is doing medicine. Then we have a week off in June, and then we switch over. So if you were doing medicine first, you'll do surgery. If you're doing surgery first, you'll do medicine. There are 6 surgical disciplines, and halfway through your time you'll get a week break, and then you continue, and then exams, and then a week break. Then you start medicine. There's 4 of those. You'll do 2 a week break, and then 2 exams, and then the year is over, right? So I started the academic year on the 3rd of January, and I started with anesthesiology, which was 3-week rotation, followed by urology, which was also 3-week rotation, and now I'm currently doing ophthalmology, and then I'll have a week break, and then I go on to orthopedic surgery, or orthopedic, yeah. General surgery, so orthopedics will be 4 weeks, general surgery for 4 weeks, ENT for 3 weeks, and then I'll have my exams. I also forgot to mention that with some of the rotations you can promote, so meaning that if you get above a certain mark, sometimes it's 60%, sometimes 65%, that means that you don't have to write the exam, which obviously can be nice. It lessens the burden of stress because some exams are compulsory. For example, urology, ophthalmology, and general surgery. I know those ones, like, no matter how amazing you do, we're all writing that exam. But for some rotations you can promote, and promotion is nice, not only for the lessening the burden of, you know, your exam timetable, but also for yourself, self-confidence, like, okay, I did that, I can confidently move on and say I know this, you know. But in the same breath, or in the same sentence, it's not the end of the world if you don't promote. It's unideal. It requires harder work in the exam era, but it's not impossible, and it can be done. And yeah, that is the first part of where I am so far. So far, so bad. In my case, in my situation, NS went okay. I passed. I didn't promote, so I will be writing the exam. The exam also has a practical component, which we call an OSCE, which I'm gonna need all the help and resources preparing for, because I actually don't know what to expect. And then for Euro, I didn't do too well. I got exam entry, but it was not like yo gingene. I just entered with the foot. I entered with my little pinky. That's how I entered, like a barely. But anyways, and now with opthal, like, it's a nje, I've already caught enough. It's just been L after L after L.
Hey, it's just L after L after L after L. There's no W in J. Yeah? There's no W. It's just L, L, L. It's piling of it.
But anyways, so with ophthalmology, my test has been deferred to March. I will not be writing with my group at the end of the rotation in 2 weeks' time, because I missed one of the compulsory sessions, and they have a whole list of criteria that you need to complete before you can write your end of block test. So because I unfortunately missed one of those compulsory sessions, and I'll even explain why I missed them and how I'm doing, unfortunately I'm only gonna write in March, in the middle of my orthopedic block. So you can just see nje kuningi and one. So far, it's not the final score, but so far academics, it's actually, I can say 2. Yeah, academics 2, Kamu 0. But anyways, I think another reason I'm currently at a place where I can make a video like this, where I can laugh about my situation, where I'm not as distressed as I was when I initially found out, is the fact that I realized and I came back to myself. And number one, my situation is not unique. It's not unheard of for someone to have to juggle so many things at once. In my setting, in my university, it's extraordinary because we are so used to compartmentalizing. So we're very used to doing a rotation one at a time, and you focus on that and you're done. 3 weeks or 4 weeks or 5 weeks or whatever, move on. The same when we were juniors doing theory blocks. If I had a theory module, ooh, that was a time actually. We had like cardio for 7 weeks, and it might sound easy on the outside, but it's not, because you do everything about that thing in that 7 weeks, etc., etc. But you know what? It's not, yeah, it's not unheard of. It's not impossible. I mean, I look back to high school. Of course, I can't compare university to high school, especially not medicine to high school, because high school, you had, in as much as you had to juggle 7 subjects, they used different parts of your brain. Like when I'm studying English, I'm in a different zone than when I'm studying maths. Personally, I loved maths. Maths was my easiest subject. Like when I studied maths, that was self-care. That was me just autopilot. That was when I would listen to the best music, because it's just like I'm just doing sums. Whereas when I'm studying English, I can't just have my music on playing. I have to physically engage with the content, etc., etc. Whereas with medicine, I don't get to choose subjects like that. Yongindo requires me to be fully there, and yeah. Sorry, I digress with that example. I don't even know if it was a good enough example. But essentially what I'm saying is, or what I came to realize, is that in as much as there is a lot of juggling that needs to be done right now, not only with my opthal exam, or paper rather, which has been deferred and is going to be in the middle of another rotation, but what I'm trying to achieve in picking up the other marks, like NS and Euro, it may seem like a lot, but it's not impossible. So how are we going to proceed forward, and how are we going to conquer this year, or rather the first half of this year? What I have done is, for both Euro and anesthesiology, I reached out to the module head. I asked to go see my paper, which I was able to do so in anesthesiology but not in urology, and the doctor explained why I can't see my paper, and that's fine. However, he is willing to help me and able to help me in another way, so he will look at my paper and tell me which sections I need to go over. And then another thing I will be doing is trying to like slot like a day a week here and there, especially if I have a less demanding rotation. Like I know during ortho I probably won't be able to do what I want, but maybe during general surgery, as much as general surgery is hectic as well, I will be able to do what I want to do, which is once a week I will be joining the academic ward round for urology. I found that it really helped. I found it very educational. I love the professor who does it, the head of the department. So yeah, I'm just going to do that for myself, especially in rotations where we finish quite early in the morning and I have the afternoon off. I don't mind spending that hour with the other groups, just going through the work one more time. And this way it will help me continually go through, or have a continuum with regards to Euro, so that when June comes around, it's time to prepare for my exam, I don't have to now try do CPR on academics, because I've been stabilizing the whole time. Understand, guys? Anyways, so that's the one thing for urology. Another thing I want to do, another objective I have for myself, is to go in there once a week, might be on the same day I go for the ward round, and just examine patients for myself and start preparing for the OSCE. So make sure I do everything and say everything I'm doing, even if I'm saying it to myself or go with my clinical partner or a friend. So because most of the mark for the exam is going to be from the OSCE component, so we're really going to make sure we ace that, and that's on period. Anesthesiology, I spoke to the doctor and expressed my concerns. In as much as I had passed, I'm not happy, because I thought I knew the work. I thought I understood the work. When I wrote the paper, I thought I did fine. When I come out of the paper, I get this mark that's like the math is not mathing, you know. So she has offered to assign me a tutor, and then we can meet whenever I have time. And before the time of meeting, the tutor will give me these topics to study, and then we can actually talk about it, just so they can help me with my clinical reasoning. Another thing I have been approved or been given permission to do for Ines is to go to theater in my spare time. This is something I wanted to do as well with my surgical rotations, because we're going to be in theater a lot, but obviously for the surgery side. But if I know that it's our theater day, I'd like to arrive at 7 a.m. and see the NS team do their things, and also try to run through it myself and remind myself, okay, this is what they're drawing up, this is what it does, blah blah blah. But it won't be as, I won't get to be as hands-on, because usually there is already a student from the anesthesiology team that is assigned to be part of the team. So I understand that I've had my chance, and now I must just be more of an observer. But the doctor did say if there isn't a student, or if the theaters where there hasn't been a student allocated, I must just first ask and let them know before I go and join. And then last but not least, just having a friend for accountability and trying to stick to routine. Oh yeah, I did say I was gonna come back to why I missed my compulsory session for opthal. So I mean, we're almost 2 months into this year, and maybe that's supposed to be a reminder to myself to give myself grace. But unfortunately, I am still really struggling with routine, getting into routine, sticking to a routine. And something that has been really been affected is my sleep. I struggle to initiate sleep, to stay asleep, and therefore I am always oversleeping or don't wake up on time. It is embarrassing. I feel embarrassed that I am this person, because now I seem like this incompetent student who can't get to hospital on time, and I don't have factors like traffic or driving to campus that affect me. I literally just have to walk there. But okay, so unfortunately on that morning I had overslept. It stressed me out so much, but like I'm even missing compulsory things, and the outcome is so bad. Like now I have to write later, but it's okay, guys, it's okay. I've made peace with it, and it's gonna be fine. I'm not gonna die from this experience. My objectives, or how we are remediating that, is that I saw and spoke to my psychiatrist. I have been put back on medication to help with the sleeping, and I'm also just gonna try and get back into routine for myself. And try ask one of, because luckily I live with 7 other people, so just try ask one of them to knock on my door and make sure I'm up at a certain time. My goals also with sleeping are to be consistent. So even if I don't have to be in that early, just wake up early, and then I'll do other things in the morning, whether it's pre-reading or devotion time or whatever I need to do, just to make sure that I get used to waking up, because it's only gonna get more demanding. Like right now it's okay, opthal is not that bad, but in ortho I'm going to be having TATs at 7:30 in the morning. In general surgery sometimes the ward rounds are going to be at 6 a.m. so I need to get it together. I would love to get it together, not just for the sake of abantu bazothini, or you know, not being judged by doctors or my fellow students, but also just for myself. It would alleviate so much anxiety if I could just be on time and get to flourish, because the problem is that I think I'm so funny. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much where I'm at. That's pretty much what I'm going through. It sounds hectic, but it's gonna be fine. And I'm super grateful to my friends and everyone in my community that I could reach out about this. People who helped me strategize, people who helped me come back to myself, calm me down, reassured me, you know what, it was never going to be easy, and it just became a little harder than it normally is. But it's okay, and I guess it's a bit of a blessing in disguise, because imagine if I did pass and did get the marks I wanted and just progressed the way I wanted, I wouldn't feel the urge, I wouldn't feel the importance of trying to continue practicing certain modules leading up to exams, because I'd feel comfortable. And then exams would roll around and I'd panic because I only have like 4 days to prepare for this big Euro exam, which no matter how well I would have done then, I would still need to go through, right? That's the first thing. The second thing I'm realizing, probably should have mentioned this kwaqala, but I think I've been reminded just of how much I need God and how much I cannot do any of this without Him. And I've been relying so much on my own strength and my own ways and my own techniques and plans and schedules. But I think more than anything, I've just been humbled in the reminder that, like, more than anything, I need God, and I need to trust God and rely and lean on God. There's no reason for me to doubt where I am and whether or not I can get through this year, not if I have faith in God. So yeah, it's gonna be a good year. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you do subscribe for more content. I will hopefully be vlogging more of my progress, such as, you know, routines, the routines I will be implementing and hopefully sticking to, more of medical school, but also more of me. I'm really trying to take care of myself, do more of the things that I love, things that make me happy. Not that med school doesn't make me happy, but as you can see, it's a lot. If you want to see more of this, make sure you do subscribe. If you enjoyed this, please do like this video, comment down below anything you want to say. Actually, I don't know what to ask you to comment. Yeah, you can comment your thoughts, opinions, comments, compliments, if you have any, and I will definitely see you very, very, very soon.